Lesnick. I'm a licensed attorney and also a survivor of domestic violence. I'm going to share with you my personal and professional experiences to help you change the outcome of your case for good. Today we are talking about how abusers continue to abuse despite entry of a protective order. I have a free gift for you today. It is my guide called Top Lies Abusers. Click on the link below to get a copy of your free guide today. So how do abusers continue to abuse despite entry of a protective order? There are so many ways that you may not have thought of. So we're here today to talk about some of those ways. One of the ways that they can continue to abuse you is through indirect contact through other people. They may contact your family or their family. There may be friends or neighbors or even church members in order to influence you. It may be that their family members or your friends are reaching out to you and saying things like, "How are you? What are you up to? He misses you so much. We're really concerned about what's going on. He really wants to make amends." Maybe even providing you with some kind of settlement offer to make the domestic violence protective order go away, or trying to convince you to dismiss the protective order, trying to convince you to do counseling, or maybe there's some kind of monetary deal in it for you. But using other people to communicate with you on his behalf. That is a way that many times they will use indirect contact, which in most cases is going to be a violation of a protective order in order to contact you. Many times he will use financial means to really seek to control and continue to abuse you. And unfortunately, I have seen as an attorney this method work fairly well, because victims become very dependent financially on their abusers, and when they're completely cut off from all financial resources, many times they have no other choice if they don't have friends, family, community, or other financial resources but to go back. But many times he will end up closing bank accounts. So you no longer have access to use the debit card. You no longer have access to go into the bank to withdraw money. He may close credit card accounts. Suddenly you go to buy your kids' food at Chick-fil-A and now the credit card is declined. And so he's cutting you off from financial resources. He may pay no child support. He may pay no form of spousal support. And in many states, there is no form of emergency support. So it's not a matter of you can go down to the courthouse and file a petition for emergency child support or emergency spousal support and expect to receive that in a matter of hours, days, or weeks. Many times if you need to file for support, it could take months before you're going to receive any kind of support, and he knows that. He may cancel your cell phone. So if you're on a family plan or he pays for your cell phone, he may in fact just cancel it outright or stop paying for it, and then you have no access to a cell phone. So it's really important in preparation for filing for a domestic violence protective order to potentially get a burner phone, or to go to a cell phone store and just go ahead and replace your cell phone altogether. That's also very important because he may be continuing to abuse you through your cell phone. So maybe he's tracking you. He's watching who you're texting or where you're going, monitoring you, listening to you through some device or app that he's installed on your cell phone. That's especially true if you have an Apple phone. That's another way that he can continue to abuse you, by stalking you, following you, finding out what you're doing, what you're saying, who you're connecting with through your phone. So I highly recommend, after you file a protective order, electronic devices, whether it's a cell phone, tablet, laptop, headphones can even be used to follow you, track you, monitor you. So getting rid of all of those things and replacing them, replace all of your logins, replace all of your passwords. So for your emails, your accounts, all of those things, because he continue to get into those accounts, look at your emails, look at your messages with other people to figure out what you're doing, who you're talking to, what you're up to, those kinds of things. He may even create fake accounts on social media or create fake email addresses and may email you to harass you or contact you on social media. He may be posting things on your social media page that are very derogatory or harassing or threatening, and doing it under the guise of someone other than himself, which may be very difficult to prove in court since it's not specifically in his name. He may stop paying rent, or he may stop paying the mortgage payment on the house. If you get possession of the home and you and your children are living there, he may discontinue making those mortgage payments, and so you're only able to live in the house for a certain period of time if you can't afford to make the mortgage payments or the lease payments on your own. So that is a way that he can really frustrate you to try to weasel his way back into the house. He may also disconnect the utilities, and they're in his name only. He may cut off the water. He may cut off electricity. So now all of a sudden you and your children are stranded unexpectedly with no water and no electricity. And this can be especially difficult during the extreme seasons, in the middle of winter or the middle of summer when it's 95, 100 degrees outside, especially if you live in the South. Or if you live in the northern climates in the middle of winter, this is not something that you can live with for any period of time if you have no heat or air conditioning. He may cancel your medical insurance. And especially if you have pre-existing health conditions, this could be detrimental for you. Now, what I will say there is if he cancels your medical insurance, many times he's not going to be able to reinstate it. So going back to him, if he promises to reinstate your medical insurance, that just might be a false promise, because he may not be able to reinstate your medical insurance through Human Resources or his employer. He may stop making car payments on your car. You may not be able to afford to make those payments on your own, and he may stop making car insurance payments. You may lose your car insurance. And worse yet, he may have your car towed. You may come out from work one day or from school, wherever you may be, and your car might be gone. So I would encourage you to make an extra copy of your car key, so that in the event he comes and he takes your car, if the car is in your name, you would be able to go and get your car back. He may harm pets that are left in your home. So if you leave pets, it's not unheard of that he's done significant harm to a pet, including even killing a pet. These guys are not beyond doing significant harm to animals, pets, their own children, their spouses, themselves. They care about themselves first and foremost, and in causing significant harm and damage in many cases is not going to be something that's bothersome to them. They may contact your work. They may show up. They may contact your boss. They may make lies up about you to your boss or to other employees at your work. They may say you're having an affair with someone, or that you're doing something that's illegal or unethical at your work to get you in trouble, even if it's not true. But they just may be doing that to try to get you fired, try to get you into trouble, but ultimately just to try to harass and control you. They may triangulate the church or the community against you. So if you all go to the same church together and he claims to be a believer, he may start talking to other congregation members. He may be telling them things like, well, she's crazy. She's breaking up the family. She's the one who wants the divorce. This is all her fault. She's not godly. I can't believe that she could do this to us, to her family. She's breaking us apart. She's harming the children. He may be speaking to the elders and the pastors and saying things to them that causes them to look at you in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable. You may be asked to leave the church. You may be using the community, your neighbors, doing the same kind of thing, spreading false lies about you. Your neighbors and friends who used to be very close with you, now suddenly they're looking at you in kind of an odd fashion, and now they become unreliable, and you're not able to trust in that friendship or that community anymore. He might destroy your evidence. So any evidence that you've been collecting, whether that's text messages, audios, pictures, emails, anything you've been recording, he may take that. He may try to get access to your computer, your phone, paperwork, anything that you may have. He may burn it, shred it, delete it. He may also destroy your personal property. So he may do things like key your car. He may slash your tires. He might put nails in your tires. He might burn your things. It's not unheard of for abusers to have a bonfire in the backyard, to burn your clothing, burn your makeup, burn your medication, things that are really important to you. One of the things that I've seen as an attorney, they do most commonly in the litigation process, they use the justice system as a way to abuse the victim. We call that post-separation abuse. They lawyer up and they outspend the victim in litigation because they cut her off from all these finances, and they usually have more money because they've isolated the victim in the marriage, usually forbid her from working, cut her off from resources she has within the community. They're the ones that have access and control over the finances. So they're able to lawyer up, hire someone, spend more money in litigation. And generally the first thing that they're going to go after once you file for a protective order is they're going to sue for custody and threaten to take away your children because they know that is the most important thing for you. One of the number one ways that they're going to harass you is they're going to use the children as their own pawns to continue to get what they want. They may do things to the children like cancel their extracurriculars. They may cancel their private school enrollment. And then they're going to blame you. They're going to contact the children and say, this is your mother's fault. It's her fault we're divorcing. It's her fault you can't live in this home anymore. It's her fault you can't participate in extracurricular activities anymore because I can't afford it anymore because your mom is breaking up the home. They may alienate the children against you as well. Buy them lavish gifts and talk about how wonderful they are, and then make up lies about you and talk about how horrible you are and try to turn the children against you. They know that your children are valuable and important to you, and anything that's valuable or important to you, they are going to try to destroy because the goal is to control and harm and harass you. So we talked in the last video, and we post videos every Tuesday at 7 p.m., which you can find on my YouTube channel or on our website at www.livefreelegal.com. But we talked about some of the ways you can prepare for filing a protective order. Some of the ways to try to avoid this post-separation abuse is to create a budget and have about 3 months of income ready to live off of. So that if he does cut you off, if he stops paying the mortgage, he stops paying the car payments, he stops paying on the utilities, you'd be able to make those payments on your own. You'd be able to reconnect the utilities. You can turn those things back on so you're not going to be so financially reliant on him. Make sure that you have housing and a vehicle arranged. You can ask for those things in the protective order. So you can ask the court to supply you with the home or a vehicle, and once it's in the order, he can't take that from you, or it's a violation of the protective order. But if you can't stay in the marital residence, reach out to church, to family, to neighbors. Perhaps there's some place that you can live temporarily, even with the children, until there's a more permanent solution available for you. Apply for a credit card for emergency use, or even for legal fees. You may be able to qualify for a credit card. Even if it doesn't have a huge credit limit, you might be able to qualify for even a small one. In many cases, they will also lie about or secret away other bank accounts or retirement accounts that they have, so they're hiding funds from you. You want to establish a separate bank account for yourself that he does not have access to. And you also want to make sure that separate bank account is at a separate bank. If you have a separate bank account at a separate bank, it is much more unlikely that he's going to be able to go in and get access to your information. I would stop any direct deposits that are going into joint bank accounts. So if you're working and your check is going into that joint bank account, stop that direct deposit and have it go into your separate account. You can also run a credit report to see what is in your name. See if there's anything that he's put in your name. Many times abusers will actually take out credit cards or loans in your name without you knowing about it. It's going to be important for you to run that credit report just to see what is associated with your name, see what's associated with his name. Take mementos, photographs of your children, videos of your children, things they may have made for you. So maybe their little handprints or footprints that you have when they were babies. Maybe they made things for you when they were in preschool, in school, things that they made for you for Mother's Day, for Christmas, your birthday, things that have significant emotional meaning to you. I would take those things with you before you file a protective order. Important documents, medications, because it is very possible that those things will go missing or will be destroyed by your abuser after you leave. And again, take your evidence with you. So what can you do if he continues to harass you, abuse you after a protective order has been entered? First and foremost, you need to call 911 or law enforcement, because it is likely a violation of the protective order, and protective order is going to come usually with the immediate power of arrest if law enforcement is trained well. And so that's why you have that document, because it comes with enormous power and protection for you. So the easiest solution for you is to call 911 and allow law enforcement to help you navigate that situation. You can also potentially go to the magistrate in your jurisdiction, and there might be other places that allow you to go to file for a violation of the protective order in your particular area. So find out, where can I go to file for a violation in my particular county or state? And you can go there and see if you can file for a violation. You can also file for contempt of court. So him violating the protective order is also contemptuous. So if he's not following the court order, then that is contempt or violation of that court order. So you can also file for contempt. So you do not have to put up with his behavior. You don't have to put up with the continued harassment. You don't have to put up with his continued bullying of you. It is okay for you to say stop and to stand up to him. And it is my experience that the more you stand up to him, the more you put your foot down, the more he has consequences, the more likely he is over time to stop harassing you and to back away, because he's not going to want the consequences, and he's going to get fed up with not being able to control you, with not being able to harass you, and he's going to move on to someone else that he can do that to. We hope that you felt empowered today and that you will join us next Tuesday at 7 p.m. as we explore the topic, big emotions you might not have expected after entry of a protective order. Next week, we have a special guest that will be joining me on my webcast. Her name is Tabitha Westbrook. She is an amazing therapist who does extensive domestic abuse and trauma-based work. She is the owner of The Journey in the Process, which is a therapeutic firm that does amazing trauma-based work. She is also releasing her very first book on April 1st, and it is called Body and Soul, Healed and Whole, an invitational guide to healthy sexuality after trauma, abuse, and coercive control. We'll be talking more about this new and exciting book that she has out about sexual trauma and how to heal after that. And we'll also be talking about big emotions you might not have expected after a protective order has been entered. We're super excited to have Tabitha with us, and we hope you will join us next Tuesday at 7 p.m. as our webcast with Tabitha will be launched. We're also super excited about the launch of our Live Free private memberships, now for an exclusive discounted rate of $35 per session for a 12-session package. This rate is only available now through May 5th. We have a limited number of spots available. Click on the link below to get more information about these 12 membership packages at the discounted rate before they are gone. Remember also to click on the link to get your free guide, Top Lies Abusers Tell, and get started on your legal empowerment journey today. Also, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for updates on upcoming videos. I'm a licensed attorney in North Carolina. I cannot offer legal advice outside of North Carolina. The purpose of these videos is to offer general advice, not legal advice, to help you improve your legal outcomes. I would encourage you to seek the advice of an attorney in your area if you need additional help. Remember, you were created to live free, not in bondage. Join us next time as we continue to learn more, support one another, and continue to move from fear to freedom.